Welcome back to Lincoln Christian. We are ready for the nightcap tonight, the triangular between Nebraska City Lords, Freeman, and Lincoln Christian. It's the Falcons and the Crusaders getting ready to do battle this time around. The first match of the night, if you were here for that one, Nebraska City Lords beat Lincoln Christian 25-19, 26-24, and then Lords won the triangular by sweeping Freeman as well in the second match tonight, 25-19 and 25-13. So Christian and Freeman will play for second place tonight in the triangular, and we are ready for some great action. Glad you could join us. I'm Keith Miles. I'll be joined by Dr. Zach Kassabaum for the game tonight. And before that, though, we are going to hear from LCS Director of Stewardship and Advancement, Mark Powell, as he talks about our capital campaign and the LCS auction that will be coming up this fall. Okay, we're here. We're talking with Mark Powell, who is the Director of Stewardship and Advancement for Lincoln Christian. And want to talk to Mark tonight a little bit about the upcoming capital campaign. Mark, just tell us a little bit about what we're raising money for.
Well, Keith, thanks for having me tonight. And we are in the midst of a $3.7 million campaign, and we're raising resources for what is a Shields Multi-Purpose Activity Center and 3 new classrooms.
And describe a little more about what all will be included in the activity center.
Sure, there'll be a full basketball court in there. There'll be a 5,000 square foot weight training and conditioning space, a wrestling room, cheerleader space, as well as some storage and so forth to accommodate all the activities that we have here at Lincoln Christian.
Mm-hmm. And then the original plan did not include classrooms, but tell us why are we adding some classrooms now?
Yeah, the elementary school is growing. We've got 3 kindergartens and 3 first grades, and we're kind of busted at the seams in the lower levels, so the plan is for future growth, and that will be classrooms for the middle school to alleviate some of the pressure on the high school classrooms.
And as far as the fundraising, how's that going so far?
That's great, Keith. We just received a $50,000 gift. A $50,000 gift today, and right now we have just a little bit over $650,000 of the $3.7 million raised. Okay,
and what's your thought on? I know you don't know yet when we'll be able to start construction because that depends a lot on the fundraising, but when do you think once construction does start, how long will it take for construction?
Yeah, we'd like to break ground this spring if possible, and then do all the planning, the architecture stuff in the spring, and then it would take about a year to build the Shields Multi-Purpose Center.
And is there anything now where that's going to go? It's kind of over by the elementary gym. Anything that's there now? There's a couple of portable buildings. Do they have to come out then, I'm assuming?
That's correct, Keith. We'll just be south of the elementary gym. The classrooms will be connected right there by the connector link, and the current weight room and the portable will go away.
So if somebody wants to participate in the campaign, support it financially, what do they need to do?
Sure. Just contact me here at Lincoln Christian School Foundation in the business office, or you can reach me via email. That's mark.powell@lincolnchristian.org. Or my school number is 402-488-8888, extension 224.
And then quickly, before we go, tell us a little bit about this year's auction.
Sure. We're moving, it's called Back to School, and it's on Friday, November 13th. And we're actually moving it back here to school. The dinner will be in the new renovated classrooms and the new Science and Technology Edition. And then the actual live auction will move here into the gym and complete that. So looking for a great night, and just a great night of raising funds for the school.
And again, if somebody wants to attend, they can just contact you and you can set them up with tickets, right?
Absolutely. Tickets are now available. You can get them online. If you just jump on the school site, you'll see that. Or you can contact us here in the business office and we'll direct you to where to get a table or some tickets.
All right, great. Well, Mark, thanks for talking with us tonight.
Keith, it's always a pleasure. Good to see you.
Okay, we're here. We're talking with Mark Powell, who is the Director of Stewardship and Advancement for Lincoln Christian, and want to talk to Mark tonight a little bit about
finishing off the triangular with the Lady Falcons from Freeman High School. They'll be the guests on the scoreboard, and the Lincoln Christian Crusaders will be the home team on the scoreboard. First for the Lady Falcons, starters, number 10, the libero, a 5'6" senior, Taylor Anderson. Number 11, a 5'11" sophomore, Holly Boyer. Number 12, a 5'8" sophomore, Lexi Winkle. Number 13, a 5'11" senior, Brooklyn Ideas. Number 14, a 6' sophomore, Lauren Scholl. Number 15, a 5'8" senior, Amber Dorn. And number 17, a 5'11" senior, Ashton Myers. Lady Falcons coached by Scott Anderson, assisted by Dana Anderson and Sandy Renton. And so the Lincoln Christian Crusaders, number 2, a 5'8" junior, Brielle Power. Number 4, a 5'6" sophomore, Paisley Dart. Number 8, a 5'9" sophomore, McKaylee Cassavant. Number 10, a 6'1" junior, Jenna Wilcross. Number 12, a junior, 5'10", Addie Ely. And number 14, a junior at 5'6", Sarah Cunningham. Crusaders are coached by Lisa Bartels, assisted by Dorinda Allen, Tiffany Leonida, Andrea Kirchhoff, and Sarah Jones. Let's play volleyball.
All right, we are ready for the nightcap tonight. It's been a great triangular so far. Two big wins for Nebraska City Lords. They're on their bus back to Nebraska City as the champions of the triangular, and now these two teams will play for second place. The Crusaders and the Freeman Falcons will match up. Lincoln Christian comes in at 5-8, and Freeman comes in at 8-6 on the season. And hopefully for Lincoln Christian, they got a short memory. They can shake off that loss in their first match tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Just need to get it turned around. Again, they scrapped really hard and had a lot of good plays. Just came up a little short. I thought we were going to get it turned around there in the second set.
Ideas with the first serve to start the match for Freeman, and they're going to play it now, and that is number 12, Winkle, who hits. And Power with the free ball over. Ideas sets for Niles. And Wiltfong. Oh, yeah, Wiltfong's going to get the kill.
Great hustle there.
Not a conventional kill, but Jenna will take it. So Brielle Power now starts. Good serve from Brielle. Ideas sets for Niles. And now Darst sends it over. Anderson, the libero, up to Ideas and over to Dorn. And that one just slipped inside the antenna. Looked close from up here. And Cunningham with a swing. Cassabon with a good dig in the back. And now Cunningham, a great job to get that over and stay out of the net.
Great body control.
Put on those brakes. And Darst, also a good job keeping out of the net.
Yes, what a nice swing by Paisley there on the outside. Oh, a little mistime there.
So a long rally here on the second point of the match. And a miss hit in the back, and that gives the point to Freeman. Both teams worked hard in that one, and they were tied at 1, and Amber Dorn will serve for the Falcons.
A well-played point. Good to see our girls actually attacking hard. And again, good court coverage.
And great job to stick with it. Darst plays that ball off the backboard. And now Niles in the middle. Good dig in the back from Ehlers. And a set for Cunningham.
Nice.
And Sarah's got it.
Sarah says, I am swinging hard this set. Great set by Brielle Power and a great swing by Sarah Cunningham. Her first kill of the game.
And now Paisley Darst to serve. So who has the advantage in this? I mean, the team Freeman that just played, so they're nice and warm, or the Crusaders who had the break?
You know, my honest answer is the mindset. Whichever one believes they're going to win this. Great pass up to the front. Great kill by Jenna Wilfong. Number 2.
And Darst will serve now. And that one grazes the top of the tape. It's down for an ace for Paisley Darst.
Keith, you always say it. Again, that's deadly.
It is. It is. My color commentators, Jessica and Anna, in the first game, I was asking them, how do you perfect that? And they said you just have to serve about 1,000 times in practice and figure it out.
Another nice swing by Sarah.
Ideas to Winkle, and her hit cross court is wide.
Great job. Crusaders really covering the floor well. And again, just Sarah Cunningham swinging with a vengeance. I like it.
And jumping out to an early lead is big. The Crusaders fell in the hole in both of their sets against Lourdes earlier tonight. And a joust at the net. Give it to Jenna Wiltfong.
And so Jenna already with 3 kills in this set.
3 of the first 6 points for Jenna. Idea sets across. And a kill for Boyer.
Really nice swing by Boyer there. That's tough to dig.
And serving now is, let's see, who is that? That is Niles serving. Power tracks it down. Good hustle from Freeman. They push it over. Now Power sets again for Ehlers. Off the top of the block.
Oh, there we go. And they keep it alive.
And Dorn sends over the free ball. Up to Power. She sets. Cunningham swings, and that's going to go up and over and long.
I think we got a touch.
Oh, okay. Touch. All right.
Sarah with her second kill, and again, another great swing. And Brielle just continues to put that ball right on the number as a setter. As a hitter, you have to appreciate that.
And let's see. So looks like Haley Dahlman is coming in, as well as Autumn Brester. So first time we've seen Autumn tonight. And that's another thing where, again, good to see the Crusaders bringing in some other fresh bodies when you're playing a couple of matches in a night, and you just kind of stick with 6 girls, why they may start to get tired later on.
Well, and Autumn coming a little short there, but sometimes, you just got to get through that first waves of nerves. She's usually a really strong server and has done a nice job this year.
Winkle serves. Power sets. Cunningham swings. Boy, right down the line.
Sarah again just swinging with confidence.
Sarah got pumped up between matches there, waiting for this one.
That's her 3rd kill of the set.
So Cunningham over in the far corner to serve. And a swing in the middle, off the block and down, and a point for Boyer.
Boyer has a nice swing coming in there on a double block.
And she is just a sophomore. She's going to go back to serve now. Got a nice jump serve, but Darst plays it across to Power, who swings and gets the kill. The Crusaders have been running a 6-2 tonight.
Yeah, we talked about that the last time we were on air. It's nice to see because Brielle obviously brings a whole new dimension as a hitter for us. So her first kill of the set.
Here's Addie Ehlers. Up to Ideas, across to Dorn. Darst swings. Anderson in the back, up to Ideas again, and in the middle, that is Scholes, and she's wide with it.
Yeah, just a great up by Paisley Darst. She does a lot of those little things that you don't notice, but continuing to keep balls alive.
So Lauren Scholes, who just hit that for Freeman, I found out tonight that her mother is a coworker of mine, works in my office. I didn't realize that she had a daughter that went to Freeman. So
Okay.
So there's an ace for Addie Ehlers. Addie's been quiet so far tonight, but gets an ace to give the Crusaders a 7-point lead. Across to Dorn, off the touch.
Great effort by Haley and Paisley.
Niles comes in, Scholes goes out. And Anderson, the libero, serves. Overpass and a point. No, not a point. Great job by Lincoln Christian.
Paisley Darst again, getting a hand underneath there and keeping it alive.
And Brester with a nice dig in the back. And Darst with the swing off the touch and down. So Lincoln Christian, I was ready to give that point to Freeman. And Lincoln Christian hustled and got it. Kassabaum is back in. She'll serve. Wilt Fong is back in as well. And here's McKaylee's serve. And that was an overpass that worked out for Freeman.
Yes, it was.
Ideas was right there. She's the setter for the Falcons, and she is the senior. Darst hits. That's Winkle with the swing. And Power across. Niles in the middle. And Cunningham with another good swing. Niles pushes. Cunningham is under it.
Oh,
and almost over.
I tell you what, though, Keith, we're fighting for every point, digging in. That's the kind of effort that I wanted to see.
And the Crusaders out of system and a lot of that point, but they were in it, almost got it. Idea serves.
Nice pass by Addie.
And Power pushes it over, and she'll have the kill.
And so Brielle with her second kill of the set.
And now she goes back to serve, so she'll be setting. And that one just wide, trying to grab that line. So the Crusaders have had a week off. The last time they played was last Tuesday here at LCS against Newman. Is that we had a lot of games early in the season, had like 10 games in about the first 10 or 12 days, and then a week off now. Maybe it's a good time to have a little bit of a break from games.
Yeah, you can tell they obviously worked on some different things over that time, probably focusing a little bit on a 6-2. And now we have a string of games come up here Thursday night and then an invitational on Saturday, so they'll get right back into it.
So that's Faith Holland, and she got the ace, came in right off the bench, hit an ace. And LCS stays with it. Good hit from Ehlers. And Addie now will set for Darst, and Paisley's got another kill.
Paisley Darst with her second kill of the set.
And we talked about this before with Paisley, of course, playing front row for probably the first time in her volleyball life, but she's kind of settling into that role.
She is. She's swinging with more and more confidence, and even just this first set, you see kids swinging more freely, just playing with confidence, and that's important for us. Look at that effort.
And Wiltfong off the touch. Here comes Cunningham. And Sarah's got another kill. Wow.
And she is just swinging different. I mean, just nice to see that confidence in her swing.
You know what? There were some girls that had a few struggles in the first match tonight, and they're really are turning it up a notch here in this match. Now Anderson across. Darst will set it over to Ehlers. Little roll shot. And now Niles in the middle. And that'll be a kill for Ashton Niles. So, yeah, the Crusaders on the road on Thursday night. They'll go up to Columbus. Got that long bus ride up to Columbus to take on SCOTUS.
Yeah, you bet. It's about a 2-hour trip, I believe, isn't it?
Yep. And Power tries to bring it back but can't quite save it. It's now 15-11, Crusaders by 4. And SCOTUS is a brand new Strive school this year, so if you're not going to be up in Columbus, you should be able to at least watch the varsity game on the Columbus SCOTUS Strive channel. And a net serve there by Niles. Sends it back to LCS, and we'll have the double switch again with Dahlman in and Brester as well, and Autumn will go back to serve. Crusaders with just 9 girls suited up tonight for this varsity match. And that one is wide. And there were no, sometimes when you have triangulars, you have JV games going on at the same time. We didn't play any JV tonight, did we?
No, we did not. No. We just came off a JV triangular last week. Good opportunity for them to play some great competition, playing Norse and Pius.
Oh, yeah.
Addie with the kill there.
Nice kill from Ehlers, and it's 17-12. 1970 Orange Bowl. Nebraska won 17-12. So there's numbers like that that stick in your head. Good serve from Cunningham. Good play from Freeman to send it back across. And now in the middle, Dahlman, good job to stay out of the net. Scholes with the hit. And now we're going to have a 2-hit call on, or a lift, pardon me.
That's a late call, but at the same time, you notice Sarah will hesitate a little bit with the ball at the bottom. And, it's just, I think it's hard for her sometimes in regard to what's going to be called there and what's not. But she definitely has what's called a soft set.
And Macy Schreiber comes in off the bench. This is the second time in this set where somebody's come in off the bench and served an ace. And matter of fact, both of those girls, Holland earlier and then Schreiber now, neither of them played in the first match against Nebraska City Lourdes.
Okay, so they have trying to mix it up.
And 2 aces in a row. And now it's a 2-point game here in set number 1. Crusaders led by, as many as 6 or 7 at one point. And a net serve there. Sends it back over to Lincoln Christian. Of course, we got the COVID rules in place here, so it's kind of weird. We got the Falcon fans here on what's normally the home side of the bleachers for this one.
Yeah, hopefully those days are numbered.
Yeah. There's Ideas. She pushes it across to Dorn. Off the touch and down. Good kill from Amber Dorn.
Yeah, great swing by Amber there. And Haley with good timing getting a hand on the ball.
18-16, 2-point lead. Crusaders lead is still there, but it's a little tenuous. Getting late here in set number 1. Anderson serves, and that'll be an ace. So the Falcons have come through with at least 4 aces here in this first set.
Yeah, honestly, Keith, I think they have a handful more than that. A lot of their points just came off the pass here.
And Coach Bartels will take a timeout. It's 18-17. Crusaders still with the lead, but down to just 1 point here in set number 1. Again, both these teams lost earlier tonight to Nebraska City Lourdes. And Lourdes and Freeman, they actually playing for their second time in the season. They just played a couple of weeks ago, and Freeman won, so they've now split on the season. For Freeman, they have a winning record at 8-7, but Elmwood Murdoch is the only victory they have so far this season over a team with a winning record.
Okay.
And actually, I looked at their schedule, oddly enough, because Freeman is just right down the street, literally from Lincoln, about 30 miles away. Nebraska City Lourdes in this triangular tonight, that's the only common opponent on the whole schedule this year that they have with Lincoln Christian.
Well, we play an uncannily strong schedule. That's one thing that's both good and bad for our girls. I didn't see who got the kill there.
That was who got that kill? Did you guys see that? Who got the kill? Dahlman? I think it might have been Dahlman.
All right.
It's one of the problems here for the team that's on that side of the net. You have the up official that sometimes kind of blocks your view a little bit up here. There's Niles with the swing. Casabom, a good dig in the back. And here comes Darst.
Nice swing again.
Niles across. Now Cunningham sets for Power this time, and she pushes it over.
Oh, nice little placement there. Braille Power thinking just on the spur of the moment there. That was a great decision, great play.
Lincoln Christian is the first to 20. And Casabom will serve. And that's going to be too long. Schreiber almost played that. He got got to make a real split-second decision on those balls, and she made the right decision. Cunningham will set.
Nice.
Wilkfong in the middle.
Get it back to her, get it back.
And over to Power. And Brielle has the kill.
Brielle very quietly with her 4th kill of the set.
And you know, we talked about Jenna had a swing on that one, but Jenna had 3 kills very early and has been pretty quiet since then.
Yeah, and you know, 2 of those 3 really came with her just net play on her own there. I really think that we probably do need to emphasize getting her some swings.
Powers net serve gives the point to the Falcons. They're back within 2, and Faith Holland is in to serve. See if Lincoln Christian can be ready for her this time. She came off the bench with an ace last time.
Yep.
And an overpass, but another overpass, and this time Lincoln Christian will set up. Good job by Power to bring it back. And the overpass. Oh, Cunningham thought she might have a kill. Boyer across. Cunningham again to the swing. Winkle with it. And now Ehlers over to...
Oh, there we go.
Oh, and we're going to have a net call on LCS. So that will give the point to the Falcons. And they're back within 1.
I think Paisley thought that ball was coming down on our side. I actually did as well.
Yeah.
And just trickled on the net. That's out.
Lincoln Christian now 3 away from set number 1. And, you know, I'm overstating the obvious when I say whoever wins set 1 has got a real advantage, especially when you just play 2 out of 3.
Absolutely. And again, as we talked about, just the mindset of both teams here losing close games. We were very evenly paired with Nebraska City Lords, a game we could have taken.
So for LCS, other action going on this week. Last night, the JV football team had a huge win. I want to say 39-0, something like that was the final.
Yeah, you know, I don't know the exact score, but it was a lot of it early in the third quarter. We had racked up a lot of points and a great opportunity for some younger kids then to get playing time and opportunities to play. That's one thing the football team is this year for the first time since I've been at Lincoln Christian. At least I know there's been some other times they just not only do they have talent, but they have depth. They have, and a lot of times that success begets success. So you have kids excited about being in the weight room and being out for football. Our numbers are growing, and that's fun to see that happen.
And I think the junior high had a game tonight. I didn't hear how that came out, but
well, not very good.
Okay.
But we have good numbers in junior high and kids that are competing hard. But they played a pretty tough Ashland Greenwood team. And
well, they'll hopefully learn and grow from it, right?
Absolutely. I tell you, they have kids that are competing hard.
Here's Power across to Ehlers. Off the block and out, and Lincoln Christian has the point. 23-20.
That's the way we want to see Addie Ehlers swing. Just swinging freely. Great kill.
Darst with a good serve. Idea sets to Niles. Cunningham from the right side and has the kill.
Her 5th of the set.
So Sarah's had a strong first set here.
I'm telling you, we're going to figure out what she ate between games and make sure she eats that every pregame.
So the Falcons take their second timeout, and they are down 24-20, so just a point away from a set victory for Lincoln Christian. And the Crusaders, we said they're up to SCOTUS on Thursday, and then this tournament on Saturday. You talk about a stacked tournament. It's out in Aurora, and I think there's 8 teams, and about half of them, maybe more, are Class B schools, and some pretty stout schools at that. You got Waverly, they're rated. You got Sydney, I know they're rated in the top 10. Actually, Sydney's been Class B, and they dropped to C1 this year. But you've also got Columbus Lakeview. They are rated 6th in Class C1. Kearney Catholic rated 4th in C1. You've got Bennington will be in the tournament as well. And, of course, Lincoln Christian, and Creek, too.
Yeah, as we talked about the last game we did, which was last week, you know, the combined win percentage, and that's the
and there it goes. Off the touch and out, and Lincoln Christian takes set number 1. It's 25-20 win for the Crusaders. We'll take a break. Set 2 on the way.
Okay, I'm Mike Sheffert.
I'm Erin Sheffert,
Our kids are James, Eli.
Samuel, and Jude.
What we love about Lincoln Christian is that it's consistent with what we teach at home.
What I would tell a family considering Lincoln Christian is that it's worth the sacrifice.
Hi, I'm George Lockyer. I am the Spiritual Development Coordinator at Lincoln Christian School and also the head wrestling coach. And I just want to give you thanks for supporting Lincoln Christian Sports and the Sports Network and just being a part of the Lincoln Christian family.
All right, we are ready for set number 2. Lincoln Christian with the 25-20 win in the first set. And again, in the COVID rules, you stay on the same side of the net, no swapping ends. So Lincoln Christian playing here on the east side of the gym tonight, which again is a little unusual because as the home team, we always play on the west side, but since Freeman was on that side for the middle game with Nebraska City Lourdes, they stayed there, and fans are on a different side, and the team's on a different side. But I guess if whatever works, why we'll take it, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe we blow out Freeman here in set number 2, and then we'll say let's start playing on that side all the time, right?
A permanent bench change.
Yeah.
Brielle with an ace to start.
Crusaders, I think, led from wire to wire in that first set. Freeman got within 1 point a couple of times, but
Yep, they did.
and the kill from, was that Wiltfong out of the middle, I think?
It was. Jenna saying, hey, I'm gonna just take these sets any way I can get them.
All right, here goes Power. Up to Ideas. Dorn with the hit. And Darst off the touch. Across to Dorn again. Power tracks it down. And that's Niles, Niles who hit that one. Long rally here. And Wiltfong off the block, and she's got another kill. So Jenna, just like the first set, she started out with some early kills, and she's got 2 early here.
You bet. Brielle doing a little bit of it all on that plays as well. Serving, digging, running down the set.
Power still serving. Ideas over to Niles. Off the block, and I thought that was going to go out, but it didn't, and Brielle knew it wasn't going to go out. And a 2-hit call coming on the Falcons.
I think that kill goes to Sarah then, does it not?
Yeah.
Oh, nice spot.
And Niles into the block. And that's Cunningham, right? Cunningham got that kill?
I believe so. That her second kill of the set.
Oh, and boy, that was close. Just wide. So that breaks the service run. Brielle with a good set of serving to get us started, and her counterpart on the other side, Brooklyn Ideas, back to serve. And Darce just a bit long with the swing.
Barely. But a good swing there by Paisley.
If that line would have been another inch wider, we'd have had it. Oh, and that one looked like that might have been wide, but Ehlers played it, and now Cunningham swings. Here's Amber Dorn. Overpass.
Oh, boy.
And that time it hits the antenna. So now 3 in a row for the Falcons after Lincoln Christian started out with the 5-0 run to start. Power sets. And into the block and down. Point for the Falcons.
I like it, though. We haven't seen a lot of that tonight with the slide behind Brielle. And if I was coach, I think I would go back to that.
Ideas. And a good punch by Power. Niles in the middle. Great dig from Brielle. And now a free ball over for the Falcons. Niles again. And Brielle can't quite get to it, and that's a case where the net slowed that ball down.
Yep, absolutely.
Brielle would have been in perfect position if it hadn't. So now another run of 5, this time to the Falcons, and we got a tie. Wiltfong in the middle, and she's got a kill. And so I think we're right where we were in that first set. Jenna had 3 of the first 6 points, and she's got 3 of the first 6 here, right?
They're saying her hand hit the net on the
follow okay. Well, so it's actually 6-5 Freeman. And Ehlers with a hard swing, and she's got it.
A good up from the back row, a great set, and Addie swinging with authority. Her first kill of the set.
Paisley serves. Ideas sets. Niles swings. Now Darst over to Ehlers. Cross court, and she's got it.
Addie just really picking the spot there. You can see her surveying the court and just hitting the open area.
And that's one thing I will say for Addie from last year to this year. I think she is much better at being able to pick her spot on the floor and get the ball where she's intending to go. And I guess that just comes with experience, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. And she really gets off the floor well, which allows her that advantage, too, of being able to almost even take a peek while she's going up in the air and adjust if needed.
Niles with the free ball. Now Power sets. Wiltfong in the middle, and she's got it.
That's exactly how we want to see it. Wiltfong with her 3rd kill of the set already.
And I guess going back to what we were talking about with Addie, I think it's a matter of being able to aim the ball. You get up at the swing and you have time to survey the floor and then aim it where you want it.
Well, absolutely, and it really does. Starts with a good pass so the setter can really set her up nice. And if Jenna gets a clear swing at the ball, there's not going to be a lot of people stopping her.
Amber Dorn serves now. Freeman is back within one. Power to Wiltfong. And a swing from Winkle. Good dig from Darst. And Dorn keeps it alive, and Addie comes up and hits it and stays out of the antenna and the net.
Out. Great hustle by Paisley and Castlebaum there just to ensure it being out. That's what.
And now the double switch again. It'll be Brester in for Wiltfong and Dahlman in for Castlebaum.
Autumn really served well in the JV triangular, and I know last set she just had some nerves, but if she gets in her rhythm, she can really serve the ball well here.
And that is a good serve from Autumn. And she's got a good dig. Here comes Cunningham. Oh, and just a bit long. Now, you'd think Autumn should have a good night tonight. This is the first day of fall. It's the first day of autumn, so you'd think this is Autumn's day to shine. That's Niles serving. Good tight serve and the overpass, but Lincoln Christian is there. Brielle Power under it, and now a free ball comes across from Dahlman. And a net call, I think Ideas, or no, a two-hit call. Sorry, Ideas was very close to the net, but they call her for 2 hits on her set. So 10-8, 5-point runs by each team early on and then back and forth a little bit since then. There's the set for Boyer, and she's got the kill in the middle.
Good swing by Boyer, but again, just so much of it is set up on that good pass from the back row so the setter can place the set right where it needs to be.
And now Winkle serves.
Nice up by Autumn. And Brielle Power with a great swing.
Oh, boy. I'll have to go back and look at the replay on that. That looked like that might have been in from up here at least. But that ties it 10-10. Lexi Winkle with the serve. Now Cunningham sets for Ehlers, and they're going to call 2 hits, or no, a lift, I'm sorry, on that.
Got to get just a good pass here. We'll get it.
Either way, it gives Freeman the lead. They're up by 1. Over to Power. Little roll shot from Brielle. And mistimed by Scholes. Hitting error from Scholes gives the point to Lincoln Christian, and it's 11-11. Ehlers back to serve. And that hit long. I think that was Boyer, who's been swinging pretty good tonight, but she just hit that one a bit long. So here comes Ehlers. And this time Boyer has it down for the kill. 12 apiece. And we talked about this in the first match tonight, that when you're down 1-0 like Freeman is, you play with a little bit of urgency. That doesn't necessarily mean you're playing with more urgency than the other team, but you definitely have to win to keep it alive.
Yeah. Great swing by Brielle there again. Oh, no. Haley Dahlman just landed on somebody's foot. I hope she can just walk it off here.
Yeah, that unfortunately reminds me of a couple of years ago when Jessica went down, landed on, I think it was Alexis Johnson's foot, and sprained her ankle, high ankle sprain that kept her out for several weeks. So
I do remember that. It's, I actually was watching right there for whatever reason and saw it happen, and it looked like her body weight went with it. So I'm hoping that it's not a bad high ankle sprain. But I did see it go over for sure.
So we'll have a quick injury timeout here, and our ace trainer, Stacy Dahlcotter, will take a look at Haley over on the bench. And again, you don't want to see anybody go down, but when a team like Lincoln Christian that's not very deep, why you hate to see one of your primary players go down. And it looks like Haley's going to stay on the bench, and is McKaylee coming in, I think. McKaylee Cassabaum will come in for Haley. McKaylee for Haley. And Crusaders use this as a bit of a timeout to talk up their players. We got a 13-12 game. Ehlers at the line.
Nice serve by Addie.
Dorn now tries to push it over, and she's too short into the net. So we have had since the score was tied at 5, we've gone back and forth. Neither team has led by more than 2 since then.
Oh, yep.
And Ideas with the kill. Up and over, and just kind of found a little bit of a donut there. So that's the libero, Taylor Anderson. Cunningham setting for power.
She touched it.
Yeah.
Nice swing by Brielle.
Anderson tried to get it, but touched it.
Really, again, starts off with just a very nice pass from Addie in the back row. Allow Sarah to do a great set out to Brielle, and it looks like Coach Bartels is maybe calling a timeout. No, subbing.
Okay, yeah, because Brester was coming around to the front row, and Jenna will come in for that. Yeah, I think maybe there was a little confusion in who was going to be serving, but it looks like we're set now. And let's check the scorebook, make sure we're okay on all of this. Frankly, I don't know how when you see calls for rotation errors and things like that. I mean, the officials have a lot of things they got to pay attention to.
They do
out there.
They do. If I'm keeping it right here on my paper, I have McKaylee Cassabaum serving with Autumn subbing into the front row. We'll see if that turns out to be right, Keith.
Yep, hope so. Hope so. By the way, speaking of officials, one of the guys I always enjoyed visiting with when he came up and he officiated at our tournament here every year was Kirk Weedle from Thayer Central, and I see that he's now back coaching again, their high school team, right?
Yeah, Kirk Weedle's just had a history of success as a volleyball coach, but if you want a flashback in time here, Kirk Weedle was one of my 2 fourth-grade teachers.
Oh, wow.
So that was long before he was an elementary principal at Thayer Central, Hebron.
Yeah.
Now Thayer Central, and yes, just a track record. He actually coached my wife on a couple competitive teams, of which 1 or 2 played in the state tournament.
And Thayer Central's having a good year this year, too, I think.
Yeah, they've been rated in the top 4 of Class C2, I believe.
Rated, and there is a net serve. That'll give it to Freeman. Yeah, Thayer Central is 4th this week. They're 9-1 on the season in Class C2, and they beat LCS in the Minden tournament earlier in the year, I think, right?
Yeah. Yes, they did.
Ideas serves. And now Cunningham to Wiltfong.
Needs a little more height on that for Jenna.
And Power gets the kill.
Another nice swing. That's her 3rd kill of the set that I have here. Sometimes I get caught up in the match, so no one hold me to that.
Back to a 2-point lead again. LCS on top, 16-14. Power serves. And an ace for Brielle.
Ace. That's her 2nd ace of the set. And, we really haven't had a lot of aces this set compared to last set. Keith, we've had to earn all of them.
And it's 17-14. I think we didn't the scoreboard in the gym still says 16-14, but it should be 17. So, and the official looking at the scorebook again. So we'll see what's going on with this. While we're doing that, we'll take a look at the top 10 in C1. And boy, you talk about some powerhouses at the top. You got St. Paul and Wahoo both still undefeated at 1-2, and then followed by 3 Centennial Conference teams after that. You've got Grand Island Central Catholic at 10-1. Kearney Catholic 10-2, then Lincoln Lutheran 12-2, and then after that Columbus Lakeview at 9-1. They're in that Aurora tournament this weekend. Battle Creek 11-1, and then in 8th is Sydney, and they're in the Aurora tournament 9-1. Syracuse at number 9, who we played a couple weeks ago, and Hastings St. Cecilia, another Centennial Conference team that rounds out the top 10. So a lot of good teams, and maybe I'm biased just because we see so many C1 games over the course of the year, but it seems like every year the competition in C1, there are so many good, strong teams, and Class B is really strong this year too, but I think that some of the best volleyball in the state happens at the C1 level.
I agree with that, Keith, and I would even go a step further to say if you look at the Centennial Conference, year in and year out, there appears to be 3 or 4 teams always in the top 10. I just was taking note as you read the top 10 there. I think that sounded pretty much like our schedule, minus 1 or 2 teams.
Just about, yeah. That's for sure. And besides those teams, then Greenwood, Archbishop Bergen, they are Class D1, and they are rated 3rd this week in D1. They're 11-3, and they're another Centennial Conference team. And we've got, just a couple of weeks till maybe 2.5 weeks till the Centennial Conference volleyball tournament this year, and I'm assuming they're going to do the same format they had a year ago where they seed everybody, and then the first night they split you up into 2 pools, and the top 2 seeds host those pools, and then on Saturday everybody comes together, and so I think between the 2 days everybody gets a minimum of 4 matches, something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it's done, and it's a good opportunity for somebody to host a home game there too instead of playing at neutral sites the entire time. So.
Right. So in Grand Island Central Catholic, again, they're 10-1 on the season, and I believe I read at the beginning of the season, Coach Sharon Savala came into the year with 1,069 wins. And so they, last year they won the state championship and won 30-some games. If they win 31 games this year, she would hit 1,100 wins for her career.
Wow.
She has been coaching probably longer than you've been living. She has coached, I think, for 46 years at Grand Island Central Catholic. And great interview that the folks on Strive did with her last year. And just fascinating to listen to that. She came right out of college and came to Grand Island Central Catholic as a teacher and wanted to do some coaching. And they needed 2 girls coaches. They needed a basketball coach and a volleyball coach, and it was her and another teacher, and neither one of them had ever coached before. And so they're like, well, okay, which one of you wants to take basketball and which one wants to take volleyball? And the other teacher, I think, had said, well, I played some basketball in college, so why don't I coach basketball? So Sharon's like, okay, I'll coach volleyball. And that's how she ended up coaching volleyball, and she's still coaching volleyball.
Well, it sounds like they made the right pick there. I don't know how the girls' basketball team did.
Right. But they've had, I've looked it up before, but I think she's won 8 or 9 state championships in that run. And again, you think about it, 46 years and over 1,000 wins, that's averaging over 20 wins a year for 46 years. So
that is incredible.
Yeah.
And just honestly managing you just must love it to manage the stress level and the management. And even just for her, I bet just to see the difference in how you manage players 40 years ago to today, and certainly how you manage parents 40 years ago to today.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for that.
And I think one of the other things she said is she talked about coaching back in the era before rally scoring, when you only scored a point if your team was serving. And she actually said that back then I was a little more aggressive in my service calls because if you missed the serve, then you didn't lose a point.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting philosophy.
You usually have all these dates at the back of your mind, but I'm curious when that changed, because I don't feel like that was too long ago. I feel like that was maybe in the 90s or even late 90s.
Yeah, I will have to look that up, but yeah, I would say it might have even been 2000.
Okay.
It's hard to say, but and I know, yeah, it might have been. I know late 90s, I think, when college changed, and I think high school was a couple years behind that before high school changed. College originally, and I don't know if high school was like that, college originally when they changed, they played to 30 instead of 25 the first couple of years.
Okay.
And then back to 25, but yeah, and it's interesting because we've had even in this game, there's been a lot of side outs going on. If you were just scoring on when your team was serving, sometimes the matches last a lot longer.
Well, they absolutely did. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in high school volleyball, wasn't it to 15?
Yeah.
You could only score. So adding those extra 10 points kind of balances out that length. But, yeah.
But still, I mean, you could go, if teams go back and forth 10 times, we could go 10 plays with nobody scoring a point.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
and I think, and again, I don't have my facts, but I think when college first adopted it, when they first adopted it at the college level, they just did rally scoring in the 5th set.
Okay.
And then did that for a few years and then adopted it for the entire match.
Well, at this point, Keith, I don't care if they have to put a whole new lineup in and just give somebody a number, but put them on the floor and let them play.
And this is where we need a sideline reporter that could be over there listening in, can report to us on what's going on. They've got both the coaches over there talking to them right now.
If he didn't have his mask on and his back turned to me, I'd read his lips for you.
So Crusaders were serving, and actually we think it's 17-14. They never did give us the point yet, and that may be what they're talking about, that last point.
Yep, that's what I have, 17-14. Go ahead.
It was interesting, too, the fact that we're not seeing college volleyball this fall, at least at the D1 level. We actually, a couple of games ago here at LCS, one of the officials was a guy I've seen officiating at Nebraska games.
Okay.
So he doesn't have college games to do, so he's down here doing high school.
That is interesting. I wonder what tiered effect that has, because now that you say that, the junior high tournament, which Lincoln Christian junior high girls won this weekend, the Louisville tournament, good solid teams out there. But my point is that I saw actually 2 high school officials doing that, one of which that actually did the Class A state championship game, I believe, doing a junior high tournament. So again, I wonder that tiered effect of maybe some college officials moving down to do high school games.
Yeah.
You also have games being canceled due to COVID. If you pull up the NSA calendar from last week and just look at the number of football games that were canceled, it makes you realize each game we play, we're very blessed.
Right. Of course, Lincoln Christian with a huge football win on Friday night over Columbus Lakeview. A game that went down to the wire. Crusaders and the Vikings were tied at halftime, 7 apiece. Lincoln Christian took a 13-7 lead in the third, and then Lakeview scored right away early in the fourth quarter to go up by 1. Lincoln Christian came down on a 4th and 3 play with about 7 minutes to go in the game. Hit Jonas Berger, Alex Cook did, with a nice 36-yard touchdown pass to put the Crusaders up 19-14. And then in the last 2 minutes of the game, the Lincoln Christian on offense had 4th downs in their own territory, and they went for it and got them both.
Yeah.
And I at the time I said, Kobe and I were talking about that during the game, and I'm like, I think 0 out of 32 NFL coaches would have gone for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, that's for sure. In high school football, especially from an athlete's point of view, I think you want to determine that game. You want that opportunity to pick up 1 yard, especially when you are a running team. I mean, we pass the ball 4 or 5 times a game, and Coach Earl even says that, initially he was looking at a punt and his players wanted to run the football.
Right.
So,
as he said on Channel 8 after the game, they said to me, let's run the dang ball. So that became the rallying cry for the Crusaders. Now they've got another tough one, though. They didn't have much time to celebrate because they have to get ready for a tough game Friday night at Auburn.
That's right.
Auburn is, they've got one loss on the season, but it was a 1-point loss to Ashland Greenwood, first game of the season, and I think Ashland Greenwood, are they still undefeated? I think they might be.
They are. They're undefeated and rated number 3 in the state. So
Yeah.
it's a really interesting dynamic, Keith, because we just played Columbus Lakeview, who had 2 losses, but their only 2 losses were to the number 1 team in the state, Pierce, and the number 2 team in the state, Wayne, and that was a 14-11 game.
Right.
Well, Wayne just played Ashland Greenwood, and it actually went to overtime with Ashland scoring right as time expired, close to it, and they missed the extra point to win it.
Oh, wow.
And then they ended up scoring and going for 2 to win 28-20. And so what you have there is Columbus Lakeview, Wayne, and Auburn, obviously all right around the same tiered team there. And so we just beat Columbus Lakeview, and knowing Auburn's right at about that same level, it'll be exciting to see what we do. This very well could be the strongest team in our district. So if we win this game, it could be good green grass ahead.
Right. It'll be likely whoever wins will be the front runner for the district. We're just waiting to see. I thought Herb might make an announcement on what's going on, but he just wanted to say there's Valentino's Pizza available.
Yeah, I'll say it again, unless they're just really refuting that point, because any other reason to hold us up this long, I would beg the question, what is going on? So, we do have huddle. We could actually just rewind through all the points by now.
So, so that's what the coaches use for the game film is they use the huddle camera, right? Which is what I would call a smart camera because it follows the ball, right?
Yeah, it actually follows the live action, and, it's just a change dynamic from the day back when I coached basketball. I mean, truly, we would watch tape on the way home, Keith, and we would track shots and turnovers and assists, and now all of this is done on a computer for you, and it even tracks trends. And for football coaches, will show, certain trends maybe that they do on third down or what plays they run on first down. Huddle was called Zach Cassabaum when I was the assistant coach at Waverly.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you what, too, you want to go way back. I won't tell you how many years back, but the first time I ever did play-by-play for a high school game, I was a senior in high school, and we didn't broadcast it. Obviously, there was no streaming back then. We just recorded the games for coaches' film. But I and one of the other guys, we were the 2 managers on the varsity team, and so we decided just for fun. He was up there running the camera, and so the guys are like, "Well, why don't you just announce the game?" So then when we watch the tape back, we'll hear play-by-play. So we had fun with that. It was only the team and the coaches that ever heard it, but what the heck.
I tell you what, well, it led on to some good things for you. What did you all do in announcing?
Well, I was a radio announcer mostly. Was a broadcasting major as an undergrad and then worked in radio for a few years before I went to law school. And then I kept working part-time in radio while I was in law school, but mostly just local radio stations. And frankly, at the time, I thought about was I interested in news reporting, and I wasn't that interested. Today, if I was doing it, I probably would have. Oh, well, not today actually. I think being a reporter would be a lousy job today. But a few years ago, I would have said, I maybe would have pursued a career in news. But
I agree with you for a lousy job today. You'd probably have a script handed to you and told what to report.
But in college then we had sports broadcasting class, and we did all of the Husker games on the campus radio station, and just had a blast with that. So we did football, basketball, baseball, and I think basketball was a fun thing to do. Although when you're doing it on radio, you got to call out everything, every pass, everything, and so it was keeping up with it was a challenge sometimes, but. Baseball is for the opposite reason. I think baseball is the hardest game to announce just because there's so much dead time between pitches,
Yeah, absolutely.
And right now we've had what? I should have started the timer on this. I think we've had 10 minutes or more.
Oh, yeah. I think you're being very generous to them and only saying 10 minutes.
We interviewed Mark Powell before the game. I could have rerun Mark's interview and we could hear from Mark a second time.
If we don't speed this game up pretty soon, our line judges are going to charge us double for their time here tonight.
You know, and speaking of that, you remember a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, I think it was, in the girls basketball district final, we played Columbus SCOTUS, and they had that horrific injury, a girl who broke her leg
that was terrible.
late in that game, and that was, I want to say that was maybe a 15-minute or more break, and I'm like, the whole gym was very quiet. I think we went back and reran our halftime video just because I didn't want to sit up there and be talking when it was so quiet in that gym.
Yeah, that was a terrible injury. And, you know, if you just, as a flashback there, if you remember, Columbus SCOTUS had to upset us to even go to the state tournament that year. And then ultimately they make a state tournament run and become the state champions.
Yeah, that was a crazy year. We lost to Bishop Neumann in the semifinals in the state tournament, and then Bishop Neumann was probably the favorite going into the championship game and then got upset by SCOTUS. And I want to say SCOTUS beat us in overtime in the district final, and I think they had to go overtime in the state championship game against Neumann to win that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I believe going into that season, we were the favorite against Neumann and upset in the semifinals. I think that was Chloe Dworick's last year, her senior year, along with Emmy Hollenbeck.
Yep.
So just two really strong seniors. Chloe, of course, playing at Creighton right now. And I think Emmy did not go on and play basketball, but that was kind of a, where people thought that our basketball program was going to take a break or have to rebuild, and Coach O followed it up with two back-to-back state championship appearances.
Right. So we've had a string now, if I can remember this, I want to say 6 years in a row where we were finished third or higher in the state championship for the girls.
Yeah, I believe that's right, where we have played in the semifinals, and I do believe 10 out of the last 11 years where the girls have been blessed with the opportunity to play in the state tournament. That's really unheard of.
So they have now changed the scoreboard in the gym to say 16-15. So they're going back and taking away a point after another point was played, which...
We have 17-14.
Right.
They went the wrong way in both accounts here. I don't know. Honestly,
but yet Brielle looks like she's back to serve. And we do need a sideline reporter to figure out what's going on here.
Well, it'll be interesting because honestly, we could have just pulled up huddle and replayed every single point at this point 3 times. And figured out exactly what the score was.
Well, and it looks like Freeman's going to serve, so I guess we'll change our scoreboard.
Now, I question, how does it come out to Freeman serve when we scored the last point and we were going back to serve?
Oh, so now he just signaled that we had a rotation error, but so anyway, that's where we're at, 16-15. And now a tie game, so after that long timeout, Freeman gets the point to tie it up.
Yep, McKaylee just shot an overpass to Freeman at the net there. We need a good pass to start our offense.
And Power with a great job to bring that back for Wiltfong, and now Jenna swings on the overpass. And Freeman wanted a lift on that, and Sarah Cunningham gets the kill.
Another kill by Sarah Cunningham. Freeman fans aren't happy with the approach Brielle used to get that ball up, but that's a legal up as she did not have her hands open.
And they just gave a yellow card to the Freeman coach. That's Scott Anderson, who's been a longtime coach there. And the captain Ideas over to check with the official.
Getting a little caught up in the moment.
So Autumn Brester comes in. Boy, you talk about a pressure situation for Autumn to come in off the bench to serve.
Yeah, I hope she's been stretching over there.
And now one more time Ideas comes over and then goes over to say something to her coach. And meanwhile, Autumn has to kind of set their target. This is like to ice the setter, or to ice the server, I think, right?
I guess. Well, we're at 17-16 and hopefully can focus on playing volleyball the rest of the way out.
Here comes Brester's serve, and that's a good one. Ideas will set across, or in the middle. That is a swing from Winkle. And the overpass, and it goes down, and a kill for Niles. 17 apiece. This one has been tight all the way after the first 5-point runs for each team. Over to Ehlers, off the touch and down. She's got it off the block and down for the point.
And again, Addie just reading the block and honestly playing it off her hands rather than just trying to put it away. A good set by Braille, gave her plenty of time to be able to read the defense.
And we'll reset things here. The Crusaders won the first set 25-20, so Freeman needs this one to stay alive, and they don't get that point. It's an ace for Cunningham, and Sarah has just had a great match here in this second match of the night for Lincoln Christian.
She really has. You know, she had 5 kills in the first set, and in the second set she has 4 kills and an ace, and a timely ace at that.
So we'll take a look at some of the other action from our Centennial Conference teams this week. Grand Island Central Catholic playing tonight against David City Aquinas. Big triangular going on tonight at Fremont Bergen. It's Bergen, Lincoln Lutheran, and Bishop Newman, so that'd be fun to see that one. Kearney Catholic is at Centura tonight. Hastings St. Cecilia, Donovan Trumbull. And let's see, SCOTUS plays, their next game is Thursday night against Lincoln Christian. Omaha Concordia is playing Thursday at Omaha Gross. So here comes Cunningham out of the timeout. Great serve, an ace for Sarah Cunningham.
I tell you what, back-to-back aces by Sarah Cunningham. Again, big night by her.
Sarah might wish this was 3 out of 5. She's probably not going to be ready to quit playing when this is over. So Lincoln Christian up by 3, and the first to 20 in set 2.
Nice.
Idea sets, and a great swing from Boyer. And Boyer hasn't had a ton of kills, but the kills she has had have had an exclamation point after them.
Oh, she's a nice player. As a 5'11" sophomore, you can tell really confident, aggressive swinger.
Winkle serves. Ehlers up to Cunningham. A push from Casabon. And now Ideas over to Boyer off the block. And now free ball over. And Cunningham pushes it over and gets the kill.
Great heads-up play by Sarah Cunningham.
And frankly, that was just about all she could do.
Braille power with her quick hands to keep that ball alive, and just a little bit of a scramble going our way.
Lincoln Christian, and now a red card. And I got to say, I don't know what happens exactly when you've got a yellow card and then a red card.
I would imagine that.
Is it a point?
I would imagine that he at least has to sit down, and at a minimum, and then kind of the.
So another stoppage in play while we sort this out.
I think I think he's gone if that's a red card. Is that the case?
Oh, and you know what? It's on the assistant coach, not the head coach, because she's leaving.
I was going to say, how could they hear what he was saying? He had his mask on.
Yeah. So I won't call out any names because I'm not sure which of the assistants it is, but apparently she was the one that got the red card and must have had the yellow card earlier as well.
Yeah. Not the way that you want to see high school athletics happen, but obviously it's an emotional game and we can react in a way we don't want to. Now what's interesting is she gonna stick with her guns and make this assistant coach leave the gym?
Yeah. Ehlers with a great serve. And a free ball for Lincoln Christian. Cunningham as a 2-hit call or a lift there. They're going to call it for 2 hits. And that fires up the Freeman crowd, but they're still down by 2. Good dig from Brester. And now Power is going to have a tough one to get it over, and she can't. So now it's back to a 1-point game. And now Coach Bartels will call a timeout. This has been, this is really in the last half hour. It seems like it's taken us a half hour to just play about 3 or 4 points on each side. And the complexion of this game has turned just from not necessarily one team taking a huge lead over the other, but just kind of the atmosphere and everything going on.
It has. It's really been a disjointed game, kind of starting with that large break, trying to figure out score rotation. And let's see how our Crusader girls can respond through this, because honestly, the fans are starting to take a little bit of the tone of the coach here, so hopefully we can pull things under control.
So that's Kylie Boyer serving for the Falcons. Goes right to Brester, but she gets it up to Cunningham, and then a kill from Paisley Darst.
Paisley Darst, a timely kill.
And of course, lost in all of this was the fact that Haley Dahlman sprained her ankle early on in this set, and she's over getting it wrapped by the trainer, so she obviously will not be back in tonight. And McKaylee Casabon back to serve. And a good serve by McKaylee up to Ideas, over to Dorn. Good defensive play by Ehlers. And now Darst in the middle. That is Scholes. And Casabon up to Darst.
Good placement by Paisley, but a good handle.
Dorn again into the block. And that looked like a two-hit call, but it's going to go to Lincoln Christian anyway.
Kaylee back to serve again here. What just a heads-up play there by Jenna Wilfrong at the net. With a great block.
And another pressure situation for the sophomore. Casabon back to serve at 23-20. Good serve. Up to Ideas, across to Dorn. Into the block.
Great block again. Oh, 2 hits.
And a two-hit call gives match point to Lincoln Christian at 24-20. And Freeman's going to use their timeout. I just thought they've got a timeout left, and I figured this might be the time they'd want to use it. Try to ice the server.
They don't know that ice water's running in their veins, Keith.
Yeah, good deal. I tell you what, if she can come back and serve the winning point here, why, she may be midnight or after before she's ready to go to sleep. She'll be pretty fired up. The adrenaline will be pumping.
Yeah, you bet. This has been an emotional game itself. So girls have just scrapped and played well. And again, Jenna is just such a force at the net, has really taken away Freeman's ability to attack.
So the Crusaders trying to finish off the Falcons in 2 sets and go 1-1 tonight. Here comes Ideas. She sets. And the swing by Scholes. And a joust at the net. Oh! And that goes to Lincoln Christian. So Paisley Darst gets the point and the match for Lincoln Christian. A joust from the gal who hasn't played front row until this fall.
Paisley Darst showing the weight room paying off with about that 30-inch vertical, dominating the net. A fun night. Pleasure doing it with you, Keith.
Well, you brought the Crusaders some good luck here in this second match. They win both sets by identical 25-20 scores. Again, Nebraska City Lourdes wins the triangular. They beat both Lincoln Christian and Freeman tonight. And for the Lincoln Christian Crusaders, next action Thursday night at Columbus SCOTUS. And as we mentioned, SCOTUS is a Strive school, so if you won't be there, tune in. Columbus SCOTUS, or go to strive.tv/Columbus-SCOTUS, and you should be able to pick that game up. Our next action on the Crusader Sports Network will be coming up on next Tuesday. Final home game, other than the LCS tournament later in the season, the final volleyball home game. It'll be Lincoln Christian and the Norris Titans. So that'll be a tall task for Lincoln Christian, but it'll be the Crusaders and the Titans next Tuesday night on the Crusader Sports Network, and then our next football action on next Friday night the 2nd as Lincoln Christian host Falls City. And again, this Friday, Lincoln Christian at Auburn, and you will see them on the strive.tv/Auburn Strive channel. So for Zach Kassabaum, for Mark Powell, our ace cameraman tonight, and Becky Miles, our computer producer, I'm Keith Miles. Thanks for joining us tonight, and have a great evening.